we're going to go through a variety of steps that you can follow. And it's based on the book that I wrote earlier this year, Career Crisis. So it's really for those who have been through unexpected change or a change and really want to look at the next chapter in their career and find meaning and purpose. Today's session is really focused on getting clear on those next steps. So you will be provided with a process, with a journey that you can take when we're considering making changes in our career. Everything that I provide you today is also about future-proofing your career. When we consider what we've been through in the last couple of years, we really want to make sure that we're prepared, that we're really strong in ourselves. So the steps that I take you through will also give you a sense of, okay, if I've grounded in this, if I'm aligned with this, it means whatever happens externally around you, you can pivot and move and make decisions without any thought. And when we consider what's holding you back, I hope you enjoy discovering what that is that may be holding you back from an inspiring career. When we get into the beginning parts of this session, we want to talk about what is unexpected change. So when I consider what has happened recently, the last few years, we've all been collectively through the pandemic, the war, and back where I live in Australia, we've had lots of natural disasters. So sometimes when we go through these, we witness it, we see other people go through that, it can begin to stir something within us. Maybe you've been through something personally where you've had the loss of someone or a relationship breakdown or a diagnosis that has changed the outlook of your life. We can all have things happen to us that may seem negative or positive. I've had people come to me that have had a job promotion or a job offer, and they're not sure, do I take it? Do I not? What is my next best step? And you may have also had something professionally happen when we consider, have you been retrenched recently? Have you resigned? Are you considering resigning? Have you been fired, stood down, let go? Maybe you've been retired for a little while, or you're considering retiring, or you are forced into early retirement. All of these changes that you can go through are endings. So we all transition continually through our lives where we come to an ending, which means that we need to find that new beginning to step into that so that we can move on. And it's when we hit that middle bit. So an ending has happened. Maybe it's a change, maybe it's been unexpected, and you can be feeling quite lost and stuck. You might be in a bit of overwhelm where you're not sure what the next best step is. You're not sure what it looks like. You may be feeling like you're frozen. So what we want you to know is a lot of people, when they go through this unexpected change, is that you might also be noting that this is a significant moment in your life, and the next part of your life, you want to create more meaning and purpose. A lot of people say that they want more, that they're looking to make a difference, that they want to contribute in a way that sits really well with them. And it may be different to what they've done in the past. And what is my meaning and purpose? Most people haven't spent the time considering it. They put it in the too hard basket. Some people have been searching for it. Maybe you're searching and you call it a different name. It might be your passion, your fulfillment, your calling, what gets you up in the morning. And when we want to take those steps to find meaning and purpose, you'll also uncover that as we go through the process today of how can you do that. When we begin at step 1, this is where we can really dive into your situation. So what has been your change? Was it unexpected? Was it anticipated? Was it big? Was it little? And getting that idea of who you are now and what you've been through can get it out of your mind. And I like it when people and myself, we write it onto the paper or we say it out loud to a trusted friend or a coach or someone that you feel that you can open up to. Because when we get it out of that mindset, out of the dark and into the light, we can see it for what it really is. When I think about my unexpected change, back in 2016, my quiet suburb in Melbourne, a fierce windstorm swept through that really quiet suburb. And within an instant, my life changed as that windstorm uprooted a giant gum tree that landed on my house and crushed it. It crushed the cars. It crushed quite a lot of that inside part of me where I went, oh, this is a significant moment in my life. My family and I were in the house. Thankfully, we were all safe and we made it out just in time. And when you're staring at that devastation and you know that your life has changed, that ending was really sudden and it caused a lot of questioning for me. When I think about the process I went through to work through the trauma of the natural disaster, to work through rebuilding of a home and council and insurance, that's a long process that we went through. So after 3 years, we finally moved back into our home, and I thought I could step back into normal life and go back into that career and planning and goals. And I did. I stepped back into life and I thought, this doesn't feel right. Something's not sitting well. And the job that I used to have just wasn't quite the right fit anymore. And I began to question everything. What did I want to do? Who am I now after what I've been through? How do I want to make my mark in this world? Because I knew life is precious. And how do I want to show up? Who do I want to become? And the steps that I outlined today are the ones that you can also follow to uncover that as well. If you're wondering, who am I? Who do I want to become? What do I really want? So coming back to your unexpected change, what have you been through and how have you changed? How has your life changed? Which brings us to the next one, which is step 2 is about taking stock. It's about looking at your life in all different areas and actually giving it a rating. So we rate we can go into our career. So how is our career from 0 to 10? 0 being not the best and 10 being amazing. Where do you sit with your career at the moment? You can also look into the love in your life, your wellness, and also that playful side, the fun and the joy that you have in your life. So let's rate all those areas and actually take a snapshot of what life is like at the moment. With those numbers in mind, it's about, well, which number would you like to begin with? So which area, and how can you take the steps to begin to bring that number up? And you might be going, oh, which way do I go? What am I doing? Well, let's look at step 3, which is about, well, now what? Now that I've done this, I've unpacked my story, I've got the ratings, and I've had a bit of a reflection on my career. Where am I headed now? We may feel like we've gone a bit off path. We might feel like we're not sure where we're headed. And this particular step is looking at your career. We all go on a journey. And yes, everyone's career experience and journey is different, but we're all heading on the same path, which is, if we have a bell curve, we're all heading towards our peak. So that moment in our career where we step into our power, we really prioritize who we are, and we find our voice and we connect with that meaning and purpose. And as we go along our path and we're heading towards our peak, we collect stripes. So those times where we've had experience, we've taken on responsibility, where we've matured, and we can put out those stripes on the sides of our arms, and we carry those with us no matter where we go. So how many stripes have you collected along your career journey? Where are you in your career journey? And what does that next phase look like? How long do you want to work for? All of this can be contemplated and designed, and knowing that you can work for as long as you want and you can have a choice over it, that we're the managers of our careers. It's really great to know that we have control over that and we can steer it wherever we want to go. So let's begin to dream big. Let's begin to uncover what it is that you'd really like to move forward with. Step 4 is exploring for those clues. So as we're uncovering more about ourselves through this process, let's actually begin with a strength analysis. So let's do an audit on our strengths. What are those natural parts of us that when we're at our best or we're in a challenging moment that come to light, that we're using those? You might find that you just naturally have things that other people comment on. That, oh, gee, you're really empathetic, or you're so proactive. So I wonder, what are your top 3 strengths? And you can also audit your skills. So do a skills analysis. Looking back over your career, what jobs have you had? What skills have you developed over time? And taking stock of your skills as well, and analysing, well, which ones have I gained? Which ones do I like using? And which ones would I like to take forward with me and utilise? When we feel really successful, we're using our strengths, we're working to our skills, and we're in that space where things just flow and we're at our best. And we want to make sure that we are set up in that positive space moving forward. Step 5, it's about what you don't want. So when we think that we hear ourselves complaining a little bit about our current job or what we're doing, I want you to actually take notice of that. If you have a piece of paper in front of you, pop a line down the middle. And on one side, I want you to write all the things that you don't want in your career. So if you have a long commute and you don't want to travel for an hour anymore, make sure you pop that down on the don't want list. This might come really easy, where you keep scribbling and you keep writing about the things that you don't want, which is good because we're going to get it out. So instead of hearing yourself repeating and talking about it over and over, we're going to get it out of the mind and onto the paper. And then we're going to focus on what we do want. So we've got one side of our don'ts, and the next side is, what do you want? So looking at your don't list, let's flip it. If you don't want a long commute, what do you want? This is where you can start creating your wish list of all the things that you really want in your career moving forward. And yes, you can put your wishes down and the things that you do want. And we want this side to be really positive, and the one that you focus on, it may be a little bit harder to get the wants out, but once you start, you'll find it's much easier to keep going. Step 7, what's holding you back? We all have obstacles, challenges, blocks, moments where we freeze, and we want to know, well, what is that? We all have an inner critic and an inner coach. And I wonder which one at the moment or within your career might be the loudest one and the strongest one. Our inner critic, it can be that procrastination. It can be the perfectionism. It can be people pleasing, feeling hopeless. It can be overachievement. There's a lot to do with that inner critic that I wonder, which one do you connect with that's holding you back? Versus how strong is your inner coach, the one that guides you through, gently pushes you, nudges you, allows you to build and work with those strengths that you have, and allows you to take steps out of your comfort zone and cheers you on. What about limiting beliefs? The stories that we tell ourselves that are usually not true. So when I think of limiting beliefs, I'm not good enough. There's not enough time. What ones do you know hold you back? Because we want to be able to reframe them. Just like we don't, the don'ts and the wants, we want to be able to look at them from a different perspective and just ask ourselves, is that really true? Step 8, let's look at time. How is your time management? Do you often say there's not enough time? Or are you really good at managing your time? You would definitely be good at managing someone else's time. Let's look within. What about priority management? Are you good at putting yourself first and putting the things that are important to you at the top of the list? And ultimately, it comes down to self-management. So how good are you at managing yourself? How good are you at managing your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs, your behaviors? And we want to make sure that, as I said before, put yourself first. When was the last time that you put your needs, wants, desires first? Because that's going to really be a key for you if that is something that does hold you back. Step 9. So we know our strengths, our top 3 strengths. How can you be using those every day to really build up that confidence, to build up the next chapter, and to really discover that meaning and purpose? Your interests are a good guide to what you might want to be doing. So if you're a list maker like me, let's make a list of all the things that you enjoy, the people that you enjoy being around, the movies, the TV shows, what you like doing with your spare time. Let's make a list of all the things that you enjoy doing and look at it in that creative curiosity type of thinking. When we put down things on paper and we just let our mind make the connections, it's amazing what insights we can gain. I'd also love to know what interested you in careers and jobs in the past. Have you ever thought about a career path? Have you got paths untraveled where you started something and it just wasn't the right time? Let's connect back with all of those parts of yourself that interested you around careers. If you could think of any job that would, and it can be right out of your comfort zone, and let's just put it out there, because sometimes it can be something about that particular job that does interest you. So let's get really clear on our interests and let's be creative with this one. Step 10 is also about expanding your thinking. So when we look at alternatives, options, and opportunities, let's actually pull out an idea that you have. So just say you want to look at your current job and look at all the alternatives in that. We can look at the natural progression. So we can go up. What is the normal career path? What are the steps that you can take? Because sometimes we might just be feeling stagnant because we're not learning and growing. So do you just need to take that next step up and challenge yourself? Or we could head to the side, to the right. What is niches and specialities within that role that you're considering? Sometimes just focusing in on something can really change things up. What is it that you enjoy doing that might become that could be a niche or a speciality? And then what, if we go to the left and keep expanding our thinking, what do other industries call what you are doing? What's a synonym to describe what it is that you're doing? And then if we go down, so we're looking at this as a career directional, and if we go down and have a look and expand across other industries, what could you take from what you're doing into other industries? So let's get really expanded on our thoughts. Let's open those up. And then the options: full-time, part-time, side hustle, job sharing, temping, contract work, gig work. There's so many different options that you can be doing. So let's be creative and see which one fits with you at the moment. And then opportunities, stepping in the way of opportunities, putting yourself in and opening up to all the opportunities around you. Attending a networking event, talking and having a conversation with someone that knows someone. And we can really open up those synchronicity events, and that we can look at things from a different perspective, because there's always options and opportunities and alternatives out there. Step 11, setting an intention. We all are really pretty good at setting a goal, and a lot of people at this time of year set really big goals. So let's take a step back first. Let's align ourselves. Let's get really grounded in who we are. And setting an intention is that inward approach where you get to do that. You get to set up from that positive perspective. So let's take your want list and begin to create a vision of the person that you want to become, the type of environment that you want to be around, be in, and the people that you want to be around. So that intention is that first step that guides your goals. It guides your actions and your behaviors. And as I mentioned, it can be like that vision. So let's begin to dream big. Step 12, defining your values. Have you ever done an audit on your values about what's important to you? This is your blueprint for happiness. So let's get really clear personally and professionally what's important to you so that you can use this as an anchor and a guide throughout your career decisions. This helps make career decisions. So my top value personally and professionally is freedom. So I check in when I'm making a decision. Does that bring me more freedom? Yes or no? Step 13, fears. We all have them. Are you fearful of success? Are you fearful of failure? Because it can give us a body response where we go into fight, flight, or freeze. So let's get really clear on our fears. Let's put together some strategies, maybe taking deep breaths, maybe talking to our fears so that we can feel the fear, acknowledge it, and still take those steps towards an inspiring career. Step 14, let's try change on. Let's make sure that we've dipped our toe into that new chapter. And yes, we're going to feel a little bit uncomfortable when we try change on, because we are stepping out of our comfort zone, because we are thinking big, and that's okay. We want to make sure that we allow things to settle, that we still take steps forward, that we notice the change. So let's actually try change on. Some people talk about confidence, and in step 15, let's actually break apart confidence. We're going to have this triangle that has the three corners: self-belief, self-assurance, and self-value. So do you believe that you can do or think about this career, that when we think about this career, do you believe that you can do it? Do you know that it adds value? And have you tried it enough? When we think about attaining the skills and abilities, sometimes we need to practice it. So those three areas, are they in balance? Do you need to work and coach yourself through 1, 2, maybe 3 of those areas? Step 16 is about your support system. So who do you have around you? Let's audit that. We want to make sure that we're surrounded by positive people that uplift us, that cheer us on, that you can talk to openly about this. And you might make sure that this is a really small group to begin with, and then you can test the waters. So let's see, who are the people around you? And when we think about social media, are you getting the positive vibes from any media that you're on at the moment? So we've been through quite a lot of steps, and let's take that time to just stop, pause, and reflect. You've probably taken lots of little notes, and I want you to go back over this, rewatch the video, and take that time to go, what really resonated with me? Because I've given you the steps to transform in your career and the process to move through. So take this time to really look at what it is that has really stuck out for you.